everyone, this is what I've settled on to get prepared this week to try and run. We'll kind of clean things up, try and get them ready. Hopefully I can run them this week. It might be next week. We got the, I think it's 2071, something like that. What is it? The Scirocco hatchback. That's what it is. And then the 32 hot rod. Those would be the smaller sheet sizes. I wanted to do 2 smaller ones and then 2 medium size. The first truck here is an RC10 GT body. And then this other one over here is a stadium truck one. I think we called this the Chipotle stadium truck. And that one, I'm not sure what it's going to fit. It might fit like a Rustler. Could potentially fit an RC10. Maybe it'll fit an RC10T. Maybe it'll work on the JRX-T. Maybe it'll work on an LXT. I have no idea. I'm just going to run it because I want to run some of the truck stuff because I think those right now, this time of year, are the potentially better sellers right now for stuff. So I'm going to run that. And then a lot of the other people's picks, those will move on to another round after we get these run and everything. And I should say right now, when I run these, there's a good chance that they're going to be run probably 20 of each one as a test run. And hopefully get good stuff, good results out of it. But whatever does, come out of it, that might be, and I would almost say definitely, the last time you see them run for quite a while, because I'm going to keep going through stuff, trying to get through more of the other bodies. And so if you want one or partly interested in one and can accept whatever quality ends up coming out of them, better buy it then, because it'll probably be a little while before you see them run again. Stuff is going to start to get a lot more rare to find on, on our store and the eBay store. So yeah, it could be a lot harder to find some of the bodies now. So if you're interested in them, buy them now, because I'm going to be so busy trying to run this other stuff. Some of the other things are not going to get run as often as they used to. And so I'm out in the what's going to be the new shop right now, going through the molds that I'm going to try and get going first. And here's what I've got. I've got the Scirocco, whatever, hatchback. I've got the RC10 GT body. I've got this, I'm calling it the Chipotle Stadium truck. And then the 34 hot rod, I'm gonna fire up too and everything. So this is gonna need, all of them are gonna need some touch-up work on them. The Chipotle one is definitely got some scrapes and everything on the top here. Some abuse from storage gouges that are going to need to be filled. There's some, where I don't know where I was marking on this one here now. But there is, on the RC10 GT, there is actually quite a few bubble defects in it that were never ever filled on the front, and I don't know if you can see those or not, but anyway, they're there. So gonna have to take care of that. I think there's one kind of gouge right there, that white spot, and there's a couple right there in that square of tape that's been a problem. And then there's actually some more little air bubble defects right in the center of the camera right now. The hot rod, what was that? It's got some spots somewhere. Oh yeah, there's a gouge crossed right there. And then over here, there's another little spot in the windshield. The hatchback has got not really a bunch of gouges, but original defects in it from poor casting. And I had a cover for this one, and you can see it in the original. There you can see all those little pinhole dots there. That's all bad casting. So I'm going to try and get rid of those. And then, yeah, there's a little bit of like a gouge over here on this side. So I'm going to try and fix up those first before I run them. They've all been kind of polished up so far, once over with the really fine steel wool to clean off crud and smooth them out. And they have definitely got now a better surface to them. They were very rough textured before, but they're much smoother, pretty much ready to go if I wasn't going to do all this other patching to it, which it'll be patching and then a bunch of sanding, wet sand, to get things smoothed out. I might have to do some more patching on stuff. This one here is going to be a real pain in the butt to do because there's scratches just all over it. But oh yeah, where was I here? I got interrupted by a phone call. This may take quite a bit of work to do. It may end up that we're basically basically resurface this whole thing by sanding it down smooth again and getting rid of the gouges. Filling it may not really work out. They're fairly light, but they're gonna stand out if you run a body through that. All right, so I am looking at some wings to run, and from that BoLink collection, and I got 3 of them here that are the same, but all 3 of them are just not real great. These are, I think, touring car wings, I believe. Yeah, I think these are for the touring cars. And they're obviously were cast from the same master at some point because they all have the same defect right there, there, and there. And they were never taken care of. I don't know why they didn't do it. So they all were kind of junky to start with. But there's an air bubble there in this one. There's an air bubble that was there in that one that wasn't patched on the side. There's a bunch of tiny little ones there on the side, those darker spots there. This side's not so bad, but yeah, I'm like, oh, and this one's got some lines through it right there. And you can see this one's got the same lines in it, so, and this one's got them as well, not as bad. And then you see this one, air bubble. It's got the same little tiny ones on the side, I think. Oh yeah, and then yeah, there's another one right there. This one and a bunch there, and they've all got problems, so I'm gonna have to do some work on them first before I can run them. It's kind of disappointing. And these aren't like they were damaged in storage all these years. No, these were just bad from the beginning. So yeah, I'm gonna make them better. I should clarify, I'm gonna make probably one of these better. Well, no, I think they go on, let me show you. A couple molds that have these standoffs for the spoiler wings in the back. I believe they would have been formed with these at the same time. So I guess I better make them all good. So there's more work, but it's probably the best thing to do. It's either that or I could keep one wing and just when I need to switch it to whatever mold is I'm running and needs the wing. That'd be another option. Oh, okay, so maybe this is definitely a case of looking at the past with rose-colored glasses sort of thing. I was trying to get one of these ready that I was going to run with a car body mold, even though it wasn't really for it, but there's space on the base. I thought, oh, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, run a wing, run a car at the same time. But once again, these all have problems. That one, I thought maybe it was a gouge, but it has the same kind of patina that these older molds have, that little brown color to it. So that's an original error in the defect in the mold. That wasn't from casting. And then there's a whole bunch of little dots on this side. You can see, I think the cut line was intended to be right there, but then there's above the cut line all the problems. That side's got, yeah, some little, you can see the black dots, little air bubbles there. This one, all those brown spots kind of above that cut line, those are gonna most likely show up in the final wing. This side over here doesn't matter. There was something on this. Yeah, there's like one maybe right there. It might be okay, that one. And this side's got a little bit of lines in it, but this side's just the really bad side, I think. You can see on this side, however, on this one, they cleaned it up and I think sanded it down and got rid of those defects kind of in it. But in here, there's clear air bubbles that are in there. And then some other stuff over here. This side looks pretty good. This is probably about the best one. That probably need the least amount of work is just fill in those holes and do a little bit of sanding and maybe see about that end on there. That's so far one of the best. That one's got a bunch of little pits there from air bubbles. I think the top side, oh yeah, there's just one little tiny one there. Not too bad. And on the side, you can see there's a couple of bad spots. Yeah, there's one there. You can see that, and I think there's a spot there that is bad, and then over here, above the cut line, all that's going to show up, and that one, same thing. So yeah, this is original. This is not damage in storage. This is just how they ran them. Kind of disappointing.